Buongiorno. I'm here in Rome. It's our last day in Rome before we head to Assisi, and I'm out in front of St. Peter's Basilica, probably the most famous church in Rome, but certainly not the only church. There are like 987 churches. We only made it to a few of them. I've been thinking about the contrast that I've learned about here, walking these streets and going to these ancient sites, and how Christianity spread in its early years. Here in Rome, the message that was spread was that God loves everyone, no exceptions. That doesn't matter if you're the emperor or you're a slave. Everybody had value and worth. And that was very different from the message that the Roman religion gave to the people, where there was a hierarchy. If you were the emperor, you were on top of everything. Your life was so good for you that when you died, you became a god and had immortality and were worshipped. If you were a rich senator, say, well, you did pretty well too, and you had the money to buy off and used your offerings to the gods to ensure that you had a good life in this life and the afterlife. But if you were anybody else, you were nobody. You were just nobody. I learned about the blood sport games that went on in the Colosseum and the Circus Maximus. And the people who were engaged in these horrifically bloody battles with wild animals and with each other, these gladiators, most of them were prisoners, they were slaves, and they were poor people, all of whom were either trying to buy their freedom or their citizenship, because not everyone was a citizen in Rome. And if you weren't a citizen, you had no rights at all. You were a nobody. So along comes Christianity, and the message is everyone has worth, everyone has value, everyone is precious in the sight of God. It's a very different message than the Roman religion was giving to the people. And so it spread like wildfire amongst the poor, amongst the slaves, and eventually up to the emperor, because everyone's life had value. Everyone was equal. And I think about that in contrast with the Christian nationalism that's going on in the United States right now. It's always kind of been there, but it's kind of resurgent in this era. And it's a message that is counter to the Christian message. It's a message that says some people have more value than others, that rich have more value than poor, that the Christians have more value than non-Christians. And that's just the opposite of the message that won over the people here in Rome and throughout the empire. Everybody has value, everyone has worth, everyone is beloved in God's eyes. I think as Christians we need to get back to that root and really name that nationalism is a heresy. It's a heresy that says the United States is better than anyone else. And America first and all of that is just counter. It's not the message of Jesus Christ. Everyone has value, everyone has worth, everyone's beloved. Never forget that.